Imagine trusting a Wall Street legend with your life savings, your kid's college fund, your retirement, your security, only to watch $65 billion evaporate overnight. This wasn't a market crash. It wasn't bad luck. It was the largest theft in human history. Bernie Madoff didn't just steal money. He stole the trust of the entire global financial system. But the most terrifying part? He didn't do it alone. Stick around, because I'm going to reveal the shadow network that allowed this lie to live for 40 years and why the SEC was warned 5 times but did nothing. Bernie Madoff didn't look like a crook. Born in 1938 in Queens, he was the ultimate self-made man. He started his firm in 1960 with just $5,000 earned from lifeguarding and installing sprinklers. He wasn't an Ivy League elitist, and that was his charm. By the 70s, he revolutionized the game, helping build the technology that became the NASDAQ. He was so respected he eventually became its chairman. When Bernie spoke, Wall Street listened. His firm offered steady, Goldilocks returns, usually between 10% and 12%. It wasn't get-rich-quick money. It was never-worry-again money. And that's how he hooked the biggest fish in the world, Steven Spielberg, Kevin Bacon, and even international banks. Madoff claimed to use the split-strike conversion strategy. In plain English, he bought blue-chip stocks and used options to hedge against market drops. It sounded sophisticated, it sounded safe, but there was a mathematical impossible at the center of it. Whether the market went up 20% or down 10%, Bernie's charts always pointed up. It was a straight line. In the real world, markets have volatility. In Bernie's world, volatility didn't exist. Harry Markopolos. In 1999, he was asked to replicate Madoff's success. He took one look at the numbers and realized within 4 hours that they were fake. Markopolos told the SEC, Madoff is running the world's largest Ponzi scheme. He proved that for Madoff to be making the trades he claimed, he would have needed to buy more options than existed on the entire Chicago Board Options Exchange. The SEC investigated and found nothing. Why? Because Bernie was too big to fail. He was a pillar of the community. He was one of them. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, drop a "Stay Skeptical" in the comments. It helps the algorithm show this to more people so they don't fall for the next too-good-to-be-true investment. Hit that like button, and let's get into the moment it all came crashing down. The Ponzi scheme is a house of cards that requires one thing: new money to pay off old investors. In 2008, the global financial crisis hit. Everyone wanted their cash back at once. Madoff needed $7 billion to cover withdrawals. He had $200 million left. On December 10, 2008, he sat his sons down in his penthouse and confessed. The whole thing is just one big lie. His own sons turned him into the FBI the next morning. The fallout was gut-wrenching. 37,000 victims. Foundations for the blind and the homeless shuttered. Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel lost $15 million. So, how did he hide it for 17 years, but likely longer? Here's the secret Wall Street doesn't like to talk about: the feeder funds. Madoff didn't just find investors. He used middlemen like Fairfield Greenwich and Tremont. These hedge funds funneled billions to Madoff, took massive fees for management, and did zero due diligence. They looked the other way because they were getting rich off Bernie's fake numbers. They were the shadow network. That gave him a veneer of legitimacy. Madoff didn't just go to prison. He watched his entire world incinerate from a cell. He was sentenced to 150 years, the maximum allowed by law. But the real-life sentence was what happened to his family. His son Mark, haunted by lawsuits and suspicion, took his own life on the 2nd anniversary of his father's arrest. His other son, Andrew, died of cancer a few years later, blaming the stress of the scandal for his relapse. Madoff died alone in a federal medical center in 2021. No family members claimed his body. But what about the $65 billion? Here's the part most people get wrong. The money wasn't all gone. Thanks to a court-appointed trustee named Irving Picard, one of the most complex asset hunts in history took place. They sued the feeder funds, the banks, and the big winners who took money out before the crash. To date, they've recovered over $14 billion, nearly 91% of the principal lost by allowed claimants. It's a rare moment of justice in a story defined by greed. Bernie Madoff's ghost still haunts Wall Street because he proved that the system doesn't protect you, you protect you. He wasn't a wizard, he was a mirror. He reflected back the greed of investors who wanted to believe in magic. Today, we see the same red flags in crypto yield farming and get-rich-quick bots. The technology changes, but the human desire to get something for nothing stays the same. The ultimate takeaway? If you can't explain how an investment makes money in 2 sentences or less, don't put your money in it. History always repeats itself. Just look at the FTX collapse. If you want a detailed breakdown of that disaster, subscribe now and I'll get to work on it. Do you think regulators are finally paying attention, or is Wall Street still at risk? Drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching and stay skeptical.